Hey everyone, today I'm going to be doing a video about my thoughts on the recent news of Big Hero 6, Disney's upcoming Marvel movie, which is the first animated Marvel movie. Personally, I'm actually really looking forward to this movie. For anyone who knows me, I am a huge animation fan. Anyone of my friends or anyone I just talk with a lot, or my family even, can be a testimony to that. And it's also something I plan to talk about a lot on this channel. But yeah, I am an animation fan. So, and I'm also a Disney fan. Well, I guess it depends on what area of Disney we're talking about. I don't really like Disney Channel except for Gravity Falls, and but I do like a lot of the movies. Although Pixar's kind of hit and miss for me. So yeah. So as far as the recent news is going surrounding this movie, photos of the characters from the movie Big Hero 6 have been leaked. So even though Disney has been wanting us to take them down, however, it's on the internet, it's already out there. So sorry, Disney, you should have been better. You should have been careful. So far, I've really liked what I've seen from this movie. I think it might be really fun. I think it's a good idea to try and animate a Marvel movie. I mean, especially considering this particular comic was not really that popular, and they're trying to Disneyfy it. And a lot of people don't like how they're already making some changes, like how for one change, for example, they are having it take place in this American city called San Francisco, which is obviously San Francisco mixed in with Tokyo. Whereas in the original comic, it all just took place in Tokyo. And my personal thoughts on this are, why are we surprised? It's Disney. They're not 100% accurate. When it came to Frozen, like it's loosely based on the Snow Queen. When they base these stories on something, like they make them different. They change things. Okay, that's what they do. So I don't think we should be that upset. I don't think we should be that surprised. And I also kind of like it because back when I was like a teen, like 16 or 17, and I was going through like my crazy anime phase, I used to like fantasize like what if Japan took over America and we had to live under their law and we were a part of Japan. That'd be kind of cool, and then our cities would be look more Japanese. I don't think that much anymore, but yeah, I had that kind of imagination while I was that age. But yeah, this is kind of the thing I pictured with that idea. I don't know if the movie's planning to have that reality in that movie. America just having been taken over by Japan, and that's why the cities now have these Japanese influences. So, don't really know, but I don't really think so because I don't think Disney would go like that. Anyway, so, and there are other images of this San Francisco that I really like. Here we have the Golden Gate Bridge with an Asian theme to it. Now, I think that the film is doing this whole mixing. Their main goal is to mix Eastern and Western culture and like art styles and influences together. So I think that they're doing a really good job by mushing an American city and an Asian city together because that's sort of more towards their goal, and I think it's a real interesting idea, and I actually can't wait to see more trailers and see more of this in the movie itself. So yeah, I think it's an interesting idea, and obviously a lot of other people don't like it, but I mean, every movie's gonna have some haters. That's my saying. And this is the third clip from the movie the image from the movie, I should say, that I really like because, I mean, it shows the fogginess of San Francisco, and I've actually been to San Francisco, so it really is that foggy, but also I like the Asian blimps there, and I like how you can read DG-chan, and I think that might be Baymax, the robotic thing, the robotic character that hero creates sitting on top of one of the blimps, but can't be 100% sure, but I think it's a beautiful picture, so yeah, I like the images, and I hope they release more because this is so far very good. Now, another thing that people have been criticizing about this movie so far, or have been complaining about, I should say, is how the character looks. Specifically, how Asian the main character, Hiro Hamada, looks. See, he's supposed to be this Japanese kid, and I've heard people say, well, mainly the YouTuber Beyond the Trailer, who I don't really like. I mean, sometimes I agree with her, sometimes I don't, but that's enough about her. Um, but yeah, Hiro Hamada, some people think that he looks way too whitewashed to be Asian, and that you can't really tell that he's Asian at all. So, and to some extent, I kind of agree, but here's the whole thing about that. I mean, yeah, he does look pretty white at first. However, I think the reason for that is they are trying to mix Western and Eastern things like art styles and influences together. So I think the reason he looks whiter or whitewashed is because they're trying to give him sort of a half anime look, if that makes sense. Because, I mean, he does kind of look like an anime character with a Disney face, if you kind of look at him. I mean, in the trailer, you look at him and he looks thin, and he has the Asian type hair, and he like, and he has this weird, like, sort of feminine appearance. Well, if you look at him from the side, anyway. However, However, he could also, like Beyond the Trailer said, be mixed race, and that could be the reason that why he looks like that. And the fact that Beyond the Trailer did say that, I do kind of agree with, and it would make sense because the city is mixed race, and Disney characters are often like representations for the cultures that they are in or come from. So, the fact that the city's half American and half Asian, it makes sense that he's half American and half Asian. However, in other parts of the trailer, you can see, kind of sort of see some Asian in him. Let me give you some examples. You see, I think he actually looks a bit more Asian in this part, and there's also a big anime look, which probably supports the argument that Disney's combining the anime art style in this with the American Disney art style in this movie. So, and actually in this, if I look at him closer, he actually kind of looks like Sora, only with black hair. Sora from the game Kingdom Hearts with black spiky hair and smaller brown eyes. But anyways, so I think that he could either be mixed race, or he could either be based off an anime art style. However, here's the thing that you see, people are acting as if, this being whitewashed, this will be offend Asian culture. However, I don't think Asians will be that offended because, I mean, their culture, it has anime, and most anime characters look white. So they'll probably, Asians, especially in like East Asia, probably will understand this. However, I understand that not like little Asians growing up in America probably won't, so maybe they will feel a bit like he's not really Asian, but who knows? Who knows? Now, from the way it looks like Disney is going to be animating this using its computer animation style that it used to animate Frozen, Wreck-It Ralph, and Tangled, only mixing it with anime art style, which is, I think, pretty obvious. Now, I do really like that animation style. I liked it in Wreck-It Ralph. I liked it in Frozen. I thought it looked beautiful in Frozen. I'm just still really, really upset that they decided to ditch 2D animation because Princess and the Frog didn't do as well as people hoped. But I didn't think Princess and the Frog was that bad of a movie. You know, I mean, so yeah, she spent most of the movie as a frog. Big whoop. It was a great movie, it had great messages, and I thought she was a great character. That had nothing to do with the animation style. Now, with all that being said, I still really like the art style in this movie and the other movies. I thought it was great. You know, I really miss 2D animation. That's what I grew up watching, you know, and that's what I grew up seeing in animation. So I hope they change their minds and decide to try another 2D animated movie again in the future. But, and also I just hate how Princess and the Frog gets just so much, so much crap when it was really just an awesome Disney movie. But anyway, I'm not gonna. I'll make that for another video. Now, moving back to topic, let's dive into the characters we've been shown. Let's start with Baymax, the guy who appeared in the trailer. Now, he looks as if he could be a really, really, really cool robot, and we know that he's a robot that Hero creates to help protect the city. And the way the trailer made it look, it makes it look like he might be a funny character, you know, who may have this sort of puppy-like personality, the way he keeps chasing after that soccer ball. And also, the way he looks with his armor looks really cool, so, you know, I think that's what I can say about him. Then you have this Fredzilla character who honestly looks like he should be the villain. However, I don't really know too much about him yet because not too much has been revealed about him yet. So who knows? I mean, I'd like to see more of him in trailers and in upcoming trailers and any upcoming info Disney will release about this movie. So that's all I have to say about him. Then you have this Asian girl who looks like she could be a tomboy character called Gogo Tamago, and she seems pretty cool. I like her outfit and I like her suit, and her dyed hair is pretty cool. So moving on, and here is Wasabi no Ginger, the African American character, and honestly, and considering that he's also supposed to be like this sushi chef. I like how they decided not to stereotype him. Well, as far as it appears, I mean, they gave him a Asian-like name, and they didn't make him all hip hop. However, I haven't really seen too much of him, so my opinion on it can change. And now this next character named Honey Lemon, I have sort of a problem with because, well, she looks very similar to another Disney character. She looks too much like Rapunzel. Now, now this isn't 100% a guarantee that this is what she's going to look like because these were leaked photos and Disney does want us to take them down, and it could be because these aren't what they're going to really going to look like. I mean, they could just be early models, but if this is what she looks like, then it's going to make Disney look like they're a bunch of really, really, really lazy artists who keep reusing the same designs. And yeah, that's just, you know, you need to make her look more different. So I hope Disney realizes this and have actually attempted to change her. Now, all in all, I do like the idea for this character. I mean, I like how she's this girly girl who likes to, who's a chemist, likes to explode things, and likes bombs and stuff like that. That sounds really, really funny. So, and her name's kind of cute, I guess. And then also I heard in the original comic, the one thing about her was you didn't really know too much about her past, so maybe they'll play out again in this movie. You never know. So all in all, those are my thoughts on what has been revealed about this movie. And I think so far it looks like an interesting and fun film, and I think it might make a pretty good addition to the Disney collection. I actually hear that Hero and I forget this robot's name just as I'm speaking. Damn. Um, the two on the screen just right now. I hear that they're actually going to be added to Disney Infinity. I'm predicting that that's going to be at the time the movie releases, so that way it matches when the movie releases. So, yeah. And anyhow, I look forward to seeing it. I plan to read the comic first before it plays, so that way I can get an idea on what to expect. And so yeah, please give me any criticism or anything that you would like. And have a good day. Thank you. Goodbye. Also, before I go, please tell me what you think about this movie in the comments section below. Thank you. Goodbye.